What is up, YouTube? I have some interesting stories for you today. So we have Riddler Q talking about the stinger at the end of the Pokemon Legends ZA trailer. We have some information on a Marvel Rivals outage that they are compensating players for. And also, potentially, a new hero shooter might enter the fray. As well as more information on Pokemon Legends ZA. And, of course, information on the new Overwatch collab with... Les Film, the K-pop collab, you know what it is. So more in this episode. So of course, let's talk about it. What is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, aka the Loot Box Hero. Check out the second channel, because the second channel is popping, aka the Real Super Mario, aka I don't know why I snapped early last time. YouTube's greatest fat man bringing you another video. Alright, so we are going to talk about some stuff today. We do have a 4chan text dump. I just want to let you know that it's possibly fake, but we're doing it for fun, okay? Alright, not to mention there was an actual 4chan leak that happened, but we're going to do this for fun. So, of course, we're going to continue getting videos like this from me. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all the good stuff that YouTube requires you to continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because the algorithm is being the algorithm. So, alright, let's hop on into this. So, first off, we're going to start off with Riddler Q. So, Riddler Q got a reply on one of his tweets, one of his older tweets, that said, can you give us a hint on what the last clip in the Legends ZA trailer could be? From what I've seen, nobody has been able to clearly tell what it is. And then Q says, ticket or without a ticket. So, this could be a couple of different things. I'm thinking that, you know, it's probably going to be like maybe some kind of DLC or post-game situation. Involving either the battle tower or maybe a version of the battle frontier itself. Alright, and you know, of course, ticket or without ticket, you know, could mean like, do you have a ticket to go or not? You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, it could also be DLC, which, I mean, is possible, but I mean, they haven't really done DLC for the Legends games. Like, Legends Arceus didn't get DLC, but again, that could be a mistake that they're looking to rectify. You know what I'm saying? By giving this game some DLC. You know, now, of course, I don't know how that would, you know, interact with, like, the other projects and stuff that they have going. Like, you know, like Generation 10. Because more than likely, the Generation 10 hype machine starts, you know, Pokemon Day next year. So, having DLC for Legends ZA, which comes out at the end of the year, you know, come out in the fourth quarter, I don't know. But it's interesting, you know what I'm saying? The other thing could be that this could be possibly like some sort of multiplayer thing. Like, maybe they're going to put multiplayer in Legends ZA, you know? I mean, because again, the Legends games are all about experimenting. So they could definitely experiment with like, okay, well, what happens if we have a battle system like this and we give it an online mode so people can play it and play against each other online? So that way they might be able to pivot this into like maybe mainline games. Hopefully not, because again, this battle system is dookie butter, but is what it is. That's just my take on it. You know, I'm leaning towards Battle Frontier, you know what I'm saying, and that you have to do some sort of event to get a ticket to unlock it to go. That's my guess. Alright, so next we have He Who Shall Not Be Named. Dropped some interesting tidbits about Legends ZA as well. So this one says, like its previous entry, Pokemon Legends ZA won't have abilities. So I'm not sure how they figured this out, because in the screenshot, to me, it doesn't really say like, oh, you know, it doesn't really show like how you would find out that they don't have abilities. The only way we would have found that out is if like Chikorita, you know, I said like if didn't trigger overgrowth when she got low health. that's not something that we saw. Now maybe they're saying that because you know she used a physical attack on the Flaffy, and what I'm saying, didn't get paralyzed by static or something. But it's also very possible that they won't have abilities as well, because we're going with the Legends Arceus standard, and they probably won't have abilities, which will make the battle system feel even worse. So next up, we have a story that it saddens me. All right, on my second channel, I do a lot of culture war stuff, and as a pseudo culture warrior, because I don't fully agree with them, this story saddens me. It looks like Pokemon has gone woke. Eternal Flower Floette is the first Pokemon to use gender pronouns she for a Pokemon in a main series game. They always use it, even for female-only Pokemon. So, it looks like Pokemon has gone woke. Pokemon has introduced pronouns into the game. It is official. I am leaving the Pokemon fandom. I am deleting all my Pokemon videos. This will be an Overwatch and Power World channel from now on. Wokeness has infiltrated every aspect of life, and we must fight it in all ways. So, yeah. But on a serious note, though, this is kind of interesting that they refer to her as a she. You know what I'm saying? And, they also referred to her as being, AZ's partner. Not partner Pokemon, just partner. So I'm saying, I mean, we've seen the Typhlosion stuff. We've seen the life size freaking Grandevore stuff. Look like some freaky stuff happening with Pokemon. So, alright, so we move into this one. And this was kind of a controversy that happened during the coverage of this. Central says Pokemon Champions will be a digital-only game that will be a paid title, not free. Nintendo Switch Online membership is required for online play and isn't required for free-to-play games. So he goes on to say, so to play VGC, now you will potentially need to purchase the main series game to catch a Pokemon, purchase Pokemon Champions to battle them, subscribe to Home to store your Pokemon, subscribe to Pokemon Switch Online to play. Also notes that this applies exclusively to the Switch version. We don't know how pricing will work on the mobile version yet. So here's the thing. The reason why I kind of call cap on this is because why would they sell a mobile game? You know what I'm saying? Nintendo has never sold a mobile game before. Not that I know of anyway. Alright, and I might be wrong. Maybe did the Mario Kart game? Did they sell that game? Like Mario Kart Tour or whatever? But for the most part, they've never sold a mobile game. Usually all the mobile games are free-to-play games where you have to buy cosmetics or whatever. The typical mobile game thing. So more than likely, this is going to be that. More than likely, this is going to be a free-to-play game. You know what I'm saying? If this is going to be a sale game, they're not going to sell it on mobile. You'll just have to buy the Switch version in order to play the mobile version, which then still kind of defeats the purpose of having the mobile version, because the mobile version kind of is for casuals. It's not really for like the hardcore. So if you don't own a Switch, but you want to play competitive Pokemon, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? You can play it through the mobile thing. I don't really see them selling a mobile game. All right, not to mention, I mean, again, this would be kind of scummy even for the Pokemon company. All right, making you buy 2 games and 2 digital services to play VGC is kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? I think more than likely Pokemon Champions is probably going to be free. More than likely. All right, but it is what it is, though. You never know. Alright, so we get into some slightly different news. So, it says, after a decade, the Pokemon Company has finally gotten an apology and $15 million in damages for a mobile Pokemon clone. So, it looks like the Pokemon Company has been awarded $15 million in damages and a formal apology from the creators of Pocket Monsters Remake after a long-winded lawsuit. Pocket Monster Remake was initially launched back in 2015, and it took until 2021 for the Pokemon Company to file a lawsuit against the developers for copyright infringement. So basically, this is similar to something that happened with Pokemon and Power World or Pocket Pair, where they filed for, even though they filed against Pocket Pair, they filed for patent infringement, but this was for copyright infringement. And from what I've heard, the game is pretty blatant with it. Like, they literally have straight up Pokemon and Pokemon characters in their game. This wasn't like Power World where it's like very, very, very similar. No, this was basically like, oh look, I'm gonna take your character and plop them in my game and then sell it for money. The mobile game itself was taken off the market completely, making details about the title sparse, but we do know it featured iconic characters including Ash and Pikachu. The mobile turn-based title had nearly 42 million in a single year. So it's easy to see why the Pokemon Company initially asked for 72 million in damages to be paid out. So wait a minute, let me get this straight. The game made 42 million. Nintendo asked for the 42 million plus an additional 30 million. They must have that Donald Trump math where it's like, oh, we gave you $126 billion, Ukraine, but we're gonna really say that it's 30 of this $300 billion and then charge you $500 billion. Wow. Insanity, bro. So yeah, I guess the $30 million was for damages. You know what I'm saying? Emotional damages to them blatantly stealing their copyrights. Additionally, the Pokemon Company asked for an apology to be posted across all social media platforms publicly by all companies involved. Dang. Now, I didn't see the apology. Maybe this is from maybe it's in Japan or China or wherever this company is that made this game. Probably China, because they don't really care about copyrights and stuff. But well, no, it's probably Japan, because China probably wouldn't take the game down. More than likely. But yeah, this is crazy. Pokemon keep catching W's, man. They keep on finding these people and they keep on taking them out, man. I have to say that's pretty crazy. $14 million, dog. So we move on into Overwatch news. So today, they announced the new Overwatch collaboration with the K-pop band Serifim, I think. So they announced that the official collaboration is going to be on the 18th of March, and they have announced all the skins for it. So I have to say the skins look really good, and they're kind of what we expected too. Because so we got Mercy, Juno, Alari, Diva, and Ash. And I have to say these skins look clean. All right, I think my favorite skin out of all of them is probably Alari, Mercy, and Diva. Alright, I like the blue. Diva's blue hair, go over her little crop top t-shirt thing. You know what I'm saying? Then of course Alari looking clean, you know what I'm saying? Alari like she about to go and vandalize some stuff with graffiti. And then of course all Mercy waifu skins are accepted here, okay? Alright, the Juno skin looks really good too, because Juno, to be honest, has not had a bad skin yet. In other news, as far as the Serifim event goes, it looks like they're going to be bringing back bringing in recolors of the original skins. So if you remember last time, it was Brigitte, Sombra, Kiriko, Diva, and Tracer were the last ones. And so they're going to be bringing in reskins of those. Now, hopefully these reskins, you can get them as an event, like kind of free, if you do challenges or what have you. More than likely, they'll probably try to sell them, but they'll be cool if they put the recolors as free skins that you could collect. That would be kind of cool. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you, because those were some pretty good skins. It's just that, your boy ain't had like, what, $20, $25 for whatever for these skins. But give me a free recolor. All right, that's what's up. Not to mention, it will make people feel a little bit better if they can't buy the new ones. And to be honest, I think they should do this for every collaboration, specifically if they do like sequels, because the next bit of news is that they said more collaborations will return in Overwatch 2. So Amy Dennett said, when it comes to returning collaborations, we never say never, though the team wouldn't bring back something just for the sake of it. Which collab would you like to see return? So, we've had several collaborations over the years. They've been there's the One Punch Man one. There was the Cowboy Bebop. There was personally, I kind of like the Blizzard one. The World of Warcraft one was pretty good. So I hope what they do is when they bring back these collabs with new skins, that they do the same thing that they're going to do with this Serifim one, where they have the old skins as like recolors. All right. This way it makes the old skin feel special because, you can't get the original again. It doesn't screw those people over, but also it gives you extra skins that you can give to people for free, if they participate in challenges, in that event. Like they'll have the One Punch Man Doomfist skin, but it'll be like a recolor. It'll be like a different color, or the any of the other ones from that event, but they'll be recolors. All right, but it's free though. So you can participate in the event, and maybe you'll buy the new one too. Whatever the new One Punch Man skin is or whatever. I think this is cool. I honestly think this is cool. Tell me in the comments what collabs you want to see come back. Alright, so we move on to the segment of the show that's become relatively popular, and that is what's wrong with Marvel Rivals. So, Marvel Rivals is compensating players after a server outage. So, in a recent post on Twitter, NetEase Games announced that all players will be receiving 200 units as compensation for an unexpected server outage that occurred on the evening of February 24th. Fans who wish to claim the units will need to log in by March 12th and check their in-game mail. After the popular hero shooter servers went down, fans took to social media to express their confusion and disappointment. While the developers did acknowledge the outage on the title's official Discord, they did not comment on when the servers will be restored. Fortunately, after several hours, things went back to normal and the community was able to play the game once again. So, I know what you're saying. Mario, why are you telling us this? Well, here's the thing. The optimization and performance of this game has been very different compared to its performance as far as like the way people like the game and how it's really caught on. Its performance from a hardware perspective has not been the same. All right, the performance of this game has been spotty at best. All right, and if there was any other game that performed as bad as Marvel Rivals did, people will be talking about it. All right, especially if it was as popular. What? Can you imagine if a Call of Duty game came out, and it had as many issues as Marvel Rivals did at launch? People still talk about the issues that happened with Overwatch when it launched, and Marvel Rivals is still having issues. And so this is just the latest in a series of issues with Marvel Rivals. And the thing is, I think these issues might be persistent. Alright, because remember, they are having optimization problems with this game when they had two teams, a Western team and a Chinese team. Now that they fired the American team, they're only working on one team. So you know full well that these issues are going to be more persistent. Alright, I'm just saying. Alright, I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm just saying, like, two teams are better than one. Alright, and if y'all could barely get this game running successfully with two teams, it's gonna be even harder with one. But hey, the game's already popular. People are already putting their money into it. More stuff like this is gonna happen, especially if nobody says anything. But speaking of Marvel Rivals-like games, Marvel Rivals-like game with DC characters is a possibility according to James Gunn. Alright, so if you don't know, James Gunn is the new head honcho of DC Universe over there at Warner Brothers. He was given him and Peter Shafan, I think it's Shafan, were given the Safran is his name. My bad. It's Peter Safran. We're given the reins over at DC. And of course, recently they talked about a lot of the new TV shows and movies and stuff that was coming out. Of course, recently, there was the announcement of the cancellation of the Wonder Woman game and the shuttering of the entire studio that was working on it. So a lot of people are saying that, well, this is pretty much the end of DC games because a lot of DC games have flopped recently. But James Gunn had something else to say. So James Gunn, the director steering DC Studios toward the new dawn with co-CEO Peter Safran, has recently commented on a Marvel Rivals style game with DC characters, and the boss would thankfully be open to the idea. DC has dished out a fair share of games in its longevity, including Gotham Knights, which was trash, Batman Arkham Shadow, which I honestly don't remember much about, but since it was pushed out of my brain, it was probably trash. On the Meta Quest 3. Oh no, never mind. I didn't play it because it was VR. Injustice 2. However, none quite reached the height of Rocksteady Studios' Arkham series, but Marvel Rivals has perhaps paved the way for a new hero shooter on the horizon. Speaking to comicbook.com, Gunn was asked about the possibility of a DC version of Marvel Rivals. Totally possible. I'd be open to it. Gunn replied, which is a positive response that teases DC's foot in the hero shooter genre. Comic book fans already have story ideas for Marvel Rivals DC variant, swapping Marvel's Doctor Doom and Galacta with big bads for the Anti-Monitor or the Batman Who Laughs, both of which would take a stab at derailing the multiverse. Personally, I think this is a good idea. Now, of course, as an Overwatch fan, I don't really want to see another hero shooter enter the space. Alright, but as also as an Overwatch fan, I think the competition would be kind of good for the game. You know what I'm saying? Because, look at what the competition with Marvel Rivals has done to Overwatch so far. Alright, they dropped perks and it has completely changed the game. Okay, like the game feels fresh. Okay, I'm still learning. I've been playing with the perks for a couple weeks now, and I'm still learning how to replay some of the characters again. Like I've learned all my regulars, but then some of the characters I don't play as often, I have to kind of relearn how to play them. With the perks, or play against them with the perks. So yeah, I think this would be a pretty good idea. You know what I'm saying? Having like one of the big bads be like Doomsday. No, not Doomsday. Darkseid. You know what I'm saying? Darkseid and like all of his like minions or whatever would be like the baddies in the game. That would be pretty cool. Alright, so then we go on to the 4chan text dump of the evening. Now, I will let you know, I've done a video about how 4chan text dumps are damaging the Pokemon, the Pokemon information infrastructure, as it were. And this is mainly for fun. Alright, I know that there's a 50-50 chance that this is probably fake, but there's also a slim possibility that it's probably real, So, take it as you will, but this is just for fun though. So, this one was pretty simple. This one just dropped 9 megas and 11 regional forms. So the megas were Chestnut, Delphox, Greninja, Dragonite, Slowking, Milotic, Frostlass, Klinklang, and Zeraora. So this is not a bad list. I think there should be some other Pokemon that really pops out, like something that's extra broken, like I don't know, like a Hydreigon or something. Cause I just feel like there should be something broken in here. Not to mention, if you look at one of the characters that we got from the trailer, like the big evil dude, he has a Pangoro pin in his head. So, in his hair. So more than likely, he's probably running a Pangoro. So I can see Pangoro being like his ace, seeing the Pangoro is kind of like a big, bodyguard looking guy anyway. I can see Pangoro being his ace and Pangoro getting a mega in the game. But that's not on this list. So, it needs something else. Not to mention there's a lot of like non-Gen 6 Pokemon on here. We've got like we've got 2 Gen 1 Pokemon, we've got a Gen 3 Pokemon, Gen 4, and then 2 Gen 5s. Like, I think there should be some Gen 6 rep other than just the starters, Alright, so then the 11 regionals are Meganium, Emboar, Feraligatr, which is kind of, I already made a video on those if you want to check that out. Then we have Baltoy, Claydol, Glameow, Perugly, Whimsicott, Electros. Ooh, regional. Hey, Electric Dragon Electros? Huh? I rock with it. Hakmo-O and Como-O. So why would Hakmo and Como-O have 2 different regional forms when they're like in the same family? That's kind of interesting. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He also said there's going to be 2 legendaries, but he didn't go into that. So, I actually think the regionals list is kind of underwhelming. Alright, because like Baltoy, Claydol, like Glameow, Perugly. I guess regionals are kind of used to give new life to Pokemon that you don't care about. But I really don't care about these Pokemon, dog. These Pokemon look kind of dookie butter. But tell me what you think in the comments down below. So, of course, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.